Hey everyone, so today I want to do a review about the Naked palettes 1, 2, and 3. It's just going to be a comparison and I'm going to show you all the shades of eyeshadows and let's get started. So the first makeup palette is the Naked 1 by Urban Decay. It gets dirty really easily because it's a velvet finish for the cover, and inside it's just a magnetic seal. It has a mirror and a bunch of eyeshadows. This one definitely is like the darkest out of all three palettes, sort of comparable to the Naked 2, but this is my least favorite out of all of them. I think. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure if I really like the Naked 3 palette yet, but the Naked 1 has a bunch of darker shades on this end and a bunch of lighter shades. This palette has a really nice blending color, which the Naked 2 doesn't have a blending color like that, but it's a nice palette. It definitely could be used every day and used for days that you go out to dance or whatever you want to darken up your look. So it's a very nice palette for the price. It's very cheap. I believe, not very cheap, but I believe it's $49, and getting all those eyeshadows plus I believe the new ones come with a dual-ended brush, not the dual-ended eyeliners anymore. But the brushes definitely are really good as well. So that's the Naked 1. And compared to the Naked 2, this is the Naked 2. It's a metal case, which is much better for traveling, and it snaps shut, which is perfect. It's very durable, and it has a big, big mirror. So on this palette, in this palette, it has lighter shades and not many darker colors on this end, which is nice because I don't really use that many dark colors on my eyes, but this palette I use all the time. It's my favorite, and it has a really wonderful highlight color. It doesn't have a blending color, which I like. I usually use Tease, if any, blending color, but it's not that great of a blending color. If you look at the Urban Decay first palette, Naked palette, you'll see that the blending color in this palette is much, much nicer to blend with. So those are the two compared to each other. And the third palette is also a metal case, and it's snaps shut, which is really nice. Ooh, I still have the brush in there. It comes with a dual-ended brush, a flat side, and a blending brush, which is nice. And it is all like rosy and peachy toned colors. I'm not quite sure if I like this palette, but it definitely is wearable. But compared to the second palette, you can see a huge difference. So the second palette's on the bottom. Ooh, that would have been very sad if I dropped that. The second palette's on the bottom, and the third palette's on the top. And you can see how rosy these colors are compared to these. And I believe this Naked palette 2 is more wearable for every day. And I really, really like the Naked palette 2. But the cases are exactly the same besides the name. And I really do like Naked 2 better than Naked 3. But Naked 3 also is very nice. So they all are $49, I believe, which is very affordable for all the shadows that you do get. Now, I also want to include the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. It's a tiny palette, perfect for traveling, and it's wonderful. I absolutely love this palette. It comes with a decent sized mirror as well. But on this one, you get all your basics, all your highlighting colors, your blending colors, and a dark black and a dark brown, which is perfect. You can fill in your eyebrows with this palette, and you can blend with this palette, highlight with this palette. It's wonderful. You can even make a eyeshadow look for an everyday eyeshadow look with just this palette, but it's all going to be matte because these are all matte eyeshadows, and it's wonderful. I believe besides Venus, I think Venus might not be matte. I don't know. I'm not quite sure, but everything else is matte. I don't really like Venus. I think it's too light for me, but Foxy is great. I love these three colors in the middle. They're wonderful, and they go so perfect with this Naked palette too, because this palette doesn't have a blending color. So the blending color's in this, and it's just perfect because I love using these colors. They're wonderful. But yeah, so I definitely recommend this one. I believe this one's, I think, $25. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. But it's definitely a great investment, and it's wonderful. You can use it with everything, and it's wonderful to travel with. So hopefully you can see the differences between all three palettes. Let's see if I can handle this. I'm not sure. Oh. So those are the differences between all three. And I believe Naked 2 is the best one out of all three, but you can make your own choice, and I'm sure people have many different opinions on these palettes, but they all are very great and wonderful quality, and I definitely recommend them to everyone. So I hope you enjoyed that comparison / review, and thank you for watching, and thank you to all my subscribers. Bye guys!